One of the reasons we created forecasts was because we need to be able to forecast what's coming in the coming year. And as I talked to broadcasters, I realized that they needed data points to be able to make decisions about their year. So we thought, what could we do that would really give them all the data points so they could make informed decisions? And we decided that the best possible time to do this was at the end of the budgeting cycle in December, right before the new year. And that way we could take a look at the last year, what happened, and also we'd have a little bit of an informed decision about what's happening, what kind of buys are coming down, what type of things are going to be impacting the industry. So what we did is we created this conference, and the purpose of the conference is simply to help you figure out what's going to be happening for the coming year. We really try to mix it up. We bring in economic forecasters from the industry, from the advertising industry, and oftentimes we have economists or people who have a relationship to the national economy. This year we've got a couple of speakers that are very specifically devoted to the economy. We also try to bring in advertising people. And this, by the way, is not necessarily a pro-radio environment. Though we are pro-radio, we want to hear the truth. We want to know exactly what we face. If an advertiser says we're not going to do radio this year, we want to know why. And not to challenge them, but to understand it so that we can make change in our organizations. And that change oftentimes results in change that's obviously going to make our companies better. What we try to do is reflect the state of the industry at the time. Right now there's an awful lot of things going on in the digital space. A lot of advertising is moving to digital. As a result, we have a speaker, Shelley Palmer, who's coming in to talk to us very specifically about digital. But this isn't our digital conference. We have a special digital conference called Convergence, which we do in the spring. This one will touch on some of the issues related to digital. What we're trying to do is to look at all the data points that really impact your world, whether it's directions in advertising, directions in how you're going to have to operate, what's happening in the banking world, what's happening in terms of lending, what access to capital do you have. We bring in financial experts, banking experts, advertising experts, people from within the industry who can really give you an indication of what they believe is going to be happening. And of course we get all the group heads there. The group heads then talk a little bit about what they think is going to be happening in the coming year and what they're predicting. We also don't invite the press. I know that's odd because we are the press, but we don't even publish the findings of our own conference because we want it to be a candid environment. We want people to understand that they can speak openly. There's no one there quoting them. Who should attend? I think that it really is anybody who wants to know what's going to happen in the coming year. Obviously, we can't predict everything, but if we get you enough data points, if you need to predict the business, whether you're a station owner, a CEO, a COO, a CFO, or even a manager, you need to be there. And quite frankly, if you're on the board of a radio company and you want to understand what's happening so that you can direct your company a little better, or if you're an investor, you want to understand where things are going, this is the conference. Following the forecast conference each year, we have a beautiful, elegant reception honoring the 40 most powerful people in radio, which of course is a list we do every year. Most of the VIPs in radio are there. This has become kind of the premier networking event in the radio industry. It's just beautiful. We do it at the Harvard Club in Harvard Hall. It's very elegant. It's something you don't want to miss. And you get an invitation to that event with your ticket to Forecast. We always try to bring in some really interesting keynotes from over the years. We've had people like Steve Forbes, Lou Dobbs, Donald Trump. I mean, we've had some really big names who have come in. Each year we try to find something relevant to what's going on in the world. Election year, one year we had Ralph Nader, who announced his campaign at Forecast. We have this year a focus on the economy. We've asked radio talk show host Michael Smerconish to come in and interview Eliot Spitzer, the former governor of New York. And though he's controversial, he certainly has a lot to say about what's happening on Wall Street, what's going to be happening as a result of all these accusations against Wall Street. So we thought that'd be very interesting. Larry Kudlow from CNBC, an economist, worked in the White House, very opinionated. He and I had dinner, and I said, you know, we need to get more people to hear what you just said. And so he agreed to come to Forecast. So we've got a great lineup this year.